how to sell covered calls on Charles Schwab. That's a question that comes up quite frequently. So I thought I'd make this quick yet detailed tutorial step by step to show you guys how to execute a covered call on the Charles Schwab platform. So take some notes, whatever you guys feel comfortable, and let's do this. So step one, you need to own 100 shares of a stock or ETF or whatever it is that you're trying to sell covered calls against. And once you have 100 shares, this is how you're going to turn that into an income generating machine by collecting premium each month using the covered call option strategy. So first off, now that you own 100 shares or whatever it is, you're going to go into research and your Charles Schwab account, click on research tools. This is going to pop up. I own a few hundred shares of Kava, so I will actually place a trade with you guys on here, this tutorial, so you see how it works. So I'm going to put in my stock symbol right here, Kava. I'm going to click on options. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this right here, select calls, because I'm trying to sell calls against the shares that I own. And then the first thing I'm going to do is pick an expiration date. So for beginners, to turn this into a consistent cash flow machine, I always like to do monthly options. Okay, so the sweet spot is 30 to 45 days and look for monthlies, right? So the next monthly is about 28 days away. I'm good with that. So I'm going to click on that and look for my strike price. So that's the expiration date that I selected. Now I'm looking for a strike price. My shares that I own for Kava, what I got assigned the Kava shares at was $100 a share. So that's not showing up over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this option right here, look up, see if 100 pops up. Nope. Let's extend to 48 strikes. There we go, right? So there's the $100 strike price. So this is where you're going to select, you're going to go down the bids because this is what you want to sell it at because this is where you're collecting premium, okay? And this is where a lot of beginners make mistakes. So let me give you guys a heads up on this. Don't try to sell covered calls on your stock below what you paid for it because that way you're going to end up taking a loss because if the shares do get called away, you're selling it for a cheaper price than what you bought them at, okay? Since I bought Kava shares at $100 a share, I'm going to sell my calls at $100 strike. So this way I'm either collecting this premium, and if it gets called away, I get to keep the premium, and at least I break even on the stock. Usually you want to do it higher than what you paid for it, but the premiums aren't looking that good for it, so I'm still just going to do it at break even. Only sell covered calls below what you paid for the stock, only if you know what you're doing. So for beginners, please do not do that. At least sell calls at the price that you paid. This way you're not taking a loss because you want to hold those stocks long term. So $100 strike price, there we go. I'm going to collect $58 per contract because each contract controls 100 shares. So this, I own 300 shares of Kava in my SEP account. So that's 300 shares. So now I can sell 3 contracts because each contract controls 100 shares. And instead of just doing the bid, I'm going to click on the midpoint. This way I can get a few extra dollars between the bid and the ask per contract. So that's still, I'll collect $186 if this executes. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to select the mid price. So limit order, 62 cents. That's the mid price. I've got 300 shares, so I'm doing 3 contracts. It's going to be sell to open, my expiration date, strike price, and call. Okay, got that? And now, all right, cool. Well, it looks like I can collect a little bit more premium depending on what just happened. So now it's 65 cents. Let's go ahead and review, place order. And let's go into order status to see if it filled. And it did right here. Went ahead and filled at the limit price. My fill price was 65 cents per share, which is for 100 shares, that's $65. And I did 3 contracts, right? So yeah. And then if I go into my account history, if I go into my transaction history, guess what? Yep, they already, after the fees and commissions, I did 3 contracts, 65 cents. I just collected $193 in passive income while I'm just holding Kava stock. So this is exactly how you sell covered calls on Charles Schwab. Now, if you guys want to be a part of an amazing trading community that I run, covered calls are a big part of the strategy that I use. I do a lot of cash secured puts and covered calls, which is the wheel strategy. If you guys want to see the stocks that I'm actually trading and the covered calls I'm selling, the cash secured puts I'm selling, all the trades that I actually make, and you want to be a part of a great trading community where we've got a community chat, I alert all my members every time I get in and out of trades. Make sure you click on the link in the description below and check out my Patreon. And we're getting results like these. So if you guys want to be a part of my community and learn how to do this consistently, check out the link in my description. Join my Patreon. I'll see you on the next one.